We're back with a missed MST update. And this is not going to be an I told you so video. This is going to be how do you turn your lemons into lemonade video. Like I always say, I'm interested in the average person like you and me growing our wealth. So in this video, we're going to be talking about the dividend payouts that already occurred, future sustainable payouts, why NAV matters even if you're just focusing on weekly income, and potential buying and selling strategies. I'm Afro Senpai, let's go. So first and foremost, we saw two payments already from MST. One was 33 cents, 34 if you're rounding up, and 26 cents or 27 if you're rounding up. Now, those are nice low numbers based off of the previous video that I posted. I was thinking somewhere between 10 and 30 cents, so this is pretty nice. And somebody in the comments asked, do I think that MST can sustain 33 cents or above moving forward? As I was explaining, the way I understand this fund to work is the payouts are in correlation to what MSTR MicroStrategies is doing. So if MicroStrategy is banging on all cylinders, you have week after week of growth, you're going to get higher payouts. Remember, MST is not only a weekly dividend paying fund, it's also levered. So whatever MicroStrategies is doing, MST is doing 1.5 to 2x more. So however volatile MicroStrategies is, MST is 1.5 to 2x more volatile in its price. So we certainly could see 40 cents, 50 cents payout if we have sustained growth over time with Bitcoin and of course MicroStrategies. But here's the downside, because there's always a downside. We all think that we're the smartest investors in the room, but things that can play into MicroStrategies going down, even if Bitcoin is going up, is Michael Saylor himself or the company. If they choose to sell their own shares of MicroStrategies, the price of MicroStrategies will go down because they're not selling a couple shares. They're going to be selling millions of shares. They want a big chunk of money in order to be buying more Bitcoin. So instead of calling him Michael Saylor, we might be calling him Michael Saylor. You get it? Because he's okay. And beyond selling shares of MicroStrategies, while at the Bitcoin conference, somebody asked Michael Saylor, is he going to do a proof of reserves by posting his public addresses that's allegedly buying all this Bitcoin for MicroStrategies? And Michael Saylor said no, citing that you could potentially risk losing your Bitcoin by talking about or posting your public addresses. Here's my public address and the QR code for Bitcoin. Feel free to drop me some sats. But posting your public address does nothing to the security of your actual coins. It's like posting your email address to everybody. Yeah, you might get some people emailing that you don't want, but in this case, you get people depositing money into your accounts. The security behind your coins come from your private keys and your seed phrase. Remember that thing that I leaked a couple years ago and lost my Bitcoin? Yeah, that's the security. So people were getting nervous that Michael Saylor may not be holding or accumulating all the coins that he's saying he's accumulating because he will not post the public addresses to confirm. So if people are losing faith that he doesn't actually have the Bitcoin he says he has, retail investors or institutional investors could start selling their MSTR stock, which would bring the price down, which would also bring the price down of MST. And if you're wondering my own personal thoughts and opinions on that matter, once that video leaked, I was monitoring the price of MSTR and nothing was really happening, even though Bitcoin was going down. It looked like the normal selling based off of what Bitcoin was doing. So if people were really concerned about something like that, I feel like we would have seen a big price drop already, or it would have made more news headlines in the digital asset space. But do continue to monitor that and keep those things in the back of your mind. So let's say the price continues to drop. The net asset value or NAV is going to be declining over time, and you've got the price declining even more because of the dividend payouts. And some people are saying, hey, I only care about the income. I don't care if the overall fund continues to go down, but that's something you do need to keep in mind. As of me recording this, the price is $17.56, and let's say Bitcoin continues to have a couple of bad weeks, the price is going to continue to go down and down and down, especially because, again, MST is levered. So once it hits the $2 to $1 range, that's when funds and stocks get nervous because they risk being delisted from the market. So what do you do to save your stock or fund if it's about to be delisted and the price is only worth a couple of dollars? They do a reverse split. The reverse split artificially inflates the price, saving it from being delisted, but it cuts your shares according to whatever the split is. So let's just say you bought 100 shares of MST when it was $22, and it's been declining over time, declining, and they want to do a reverse 1-for-2 split. That means when the reverse split takes place, you will have 50 shares, and the price of the fund is artificially propped back up to, and that reduces your overall payout because you were getting 100 shares worth of payouts, but now you're only going to be getting 50.
Congratulations, you played yourself.
So NAV matters even if you only care about income. And you may be thinking to yourself, hey, I can just sell, let Bitcoin and MSTR drop in price, and then I can get back in and ride the wave back up. Yeah, because timing the market has always worked for everyone. But seriously, think twice about that, because if you bought in at $22 and you're selling around $16, you have a capital loss. And then if you wait about 2 weeks and buy back in, you cannot deduct those capital losses on the next tax return that you have for yourself, because that's what's known as a wash sale. You have to wait 30 calendar days before buying that stock again if you want to claim that capital loss to offset capital gains. I created a calculator on my spreadsheet where I just put in the date, and instead of telling me what the day is 30 days later, I put in 35. I'm just a crazy person that way, and I don't want to leave anything to chance. Even though the rule clearly states you have to wait 30 days, I put in 35 just so there's no chance that I can't claim a deduction on a capital loss. But again, let me know in the comments if you want me to do a tax strategy video within brokerage accounts. And last but not least, we're going to be talking about where is Bitcoin going from here. Looking at the charts, Bitcoin needs to hold 103. If Bitcoin holds 103, we're in good bullish conditions. If it drops below 103, then we're going to be in a little bit of a bear market until the final blow-up-tuation. We have not entered the banana zone of this cycle yet. So looking at previous charts in relation to the start of the bear market, we see this linear movement within Bitcoin's price going upward, and then we see a big exponential price at the end right before the bear market. This is the banana zone. We are right at that area where a banana zone should be starting. There's a lot of great news that is bullish for Bitcoin, so it makes complete sense that we're still waiting for that juicy banana zone to happen for us. So personally, I'm not buying any MST. I'm keeping my MST because that's what I started with. If I had MST, if I bought in at 22, what I would do, again, this is just me, I'm not a financial advisor, I'm just giving you information. If I bought in at 22, I would confirm what my average cost per share is. If you're looking at Robinhood, you just scroll down a little bit and it tells you what your average cost per share is for that particular stock or fund. If I have extra funds, I would feel comfortable buying more MST if I believe in two things. If I believe in Bitcoin and I believe in MicroStrategies, if I feel that they're going up over time, and I buy more shares at a lower price, it lowers my average cost per share. And so when Bitcoin goes up and MicroStrategies goes up, I get more profit as soon as it passes my average cost per share. I do this with Misty also. Right now is a good time for me to be buying Misty because I think my average cost per share is around $23. I just don't have any extra money. Otherwise, I would be doing this. But let me know in the comments if this makes sense. Let me know what you need from me. Pay that like tax. If you found value in the video, please consider subscribing to the channel. Share this with somebody who's in that missed life and is unsure what they should be doing moving forward. Hopefully this video will help give them some guidance. But always do your own research and due diligence. And until the next one, remember to smile because you are beautiful.
Peace.